Is there anything better than watching a movie while high? Am I right? Wait, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, there just might be. And that's watching a movie about getting high while you're high. Heavenly for sure. We all know the bangers Up in Smoke, Dazed and Confused, Friday, Half Baked, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, as well as the mids Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, The Beach Bum Pizza Movie, and the anti bangers you knew would blow Nixon and Hogan Smoke Christmas, Stonerville, Mac and Devin Go to High School, Good Morning, and one that was so bad it sobered me, Evil Bong. But today we're here to discuss the worst of the lot, the duds, the skunks, the ones that are particularly bad because we had such high hopes for them. We wanted some silly, some uppers, and we got dumbed down downers. Some heads even consider these to be classics, but we at Premium Def think they suck worse than 90s dirtweed. Here is our list of the top 5 worst and most overrated stoner comedies in no particular order. Number 1, How High, 2001. By the early 2000s, Method Man and Redman had more than proven that they had chemistry, musically that is, with their 1995 track How High, the single and remix off the soundtrack to the hip hop documentary film The Show. For Redman's 1996 music video Whatever Man, Meth and Red dressed up as the Blues Brothers, and it just made sense. Their debut album as a duo followed with Blackout, which was, according to rumors, originally named America's Most Blunted, which might have been too edgy for the mainstream at the time, in the eyes of the executives, marketers, and whomever else made that sissy call, that is. Anyway, Mad Villain, RIP MF Doom, paid homage to this title in 2004 and in doing so claimed it. Long story short, fans were excited for a comedy featuring these proud, weed loving, charismatic rap titans, and the film was a hit. But to me, being a diehard Wu Tang and Def Squad fan who craved clever, real talk writing and edge, it sucked. Now, I could have looked past the sloppy plot of the twosome using magic weed laced with their friends' ashes in order to ace the SATs and get into Harvard, but with the entirety spiked with drab and lazy jokes, I only saw it for what it wasn't. For example, and I quote, I think if I study high, take the test high, I'll get high scores, right? I was hoping to inhale an East Coast Friday, but this one felt more like Monday morning bong water. Watch or not? Not. Additional musings. But what about Meth and the Wire, you ask? Amazing. Number 2, Dude, Where's My Car, 2000. Sean William Scott had just shown us how hilariously off he was with his recent scene stealing roles in the ensemble films American Pie and Road Trip. And I, for one, was excited for him to co star as a stoner in a dedicated stoner comedy. At the time, Ashton Kutcher was eager to hit the big screen, only it was by way of the exact same character he played on that '70s show. Dude, Where's My Car was a huge hit at the box office, raking in over 100 million on a budget of 13 million. People loved it, but it infuriated me. Dude, this supposed stoner comedy features two dudes who are never shown smoking weed. That's not sweet. Dude, why? Well, to maintain a PG-13 rating, of course. Now, I like a good dumb character and characters, but dumb does not equal charming, like, say, with Bill and Ted. These two are not the endearingly stupid kind, but the obnoxiously incompetent kind. So much so that they are not at all recognizable as human beings. There's no weed, and there's even less subversive fun. Watch or not? Not. Additional musings. It's not worth the reroll. Number 3, Your Highness, 2011. Okay, so this one was lambasted by critics at the time and was a financial bomb, but it gets a lot of love in the weed community due to its exuberant and A-list cast members. And I was excited for this one. I mean, how could a medieval style fantasy comedy spoof starring Natalie Portman, Danny McBride, and James Franco go wrong? Well, it does. McBride does a milder version of his patented eastbound and down angry loser man, but with corny, immature, snarling observations devoid of wit. For example, McBride quips, This quest sucks. That's it, that's a joke, and it's one of the better ones. My guess is they figured the big budget and silly aesthetic would be enough. But what they didn't realize is that we're stoned, not stupid. It was a hit with the junior high crowd, not their fault, as they were probably new to the audaciousness of a stoner film, but it's simply unfunny. Watch or not? Not. Additional musings. Portman says she had a blast making the film, but unfortunately, her good time didn't translate. Number 4, The Stoned Age, 1994. Well, you may get some flack for this one, as it's generally regarded as a cult classic with the stoner crowd and stoner critics alike. But as someone who was excited to watch it in 1994, I'm here to tell you it's cliched at best. First off, it would not exist if Dazed and Confused hadn't lit up the year prior. It's a comedy that also centers around 1970s nostalgia and teen weekend party culture, but it's over the top and lame, whereas Richard Linklater's film is a thoughtful, well acted, funny coming of age masterpiece with lines that live in the zeitgeist to this day. I have never cited a scene or a line from the Stoned Age. Much of the acting is bad, is lowest of the low budget wise, and not one character is even mildly likable. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the political incorrectness in our current climate, I mean. That's irrelevant. I'm a huge fan of Porky's. Funny is funny, and the Stoned Age is not. Watch or not? Not. Additional musings. It boasts a killer classic rock soundtrack. I'll give it that. Number 5, Paul, 2011. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost reunited for this 2011 road trip comedy about two nerds who help a weed smoking alien escape the FBI. Oh, and the alien is voiced by Seth Rogen. This movie sounded like it was going to be the best thing I would ever see forever and always. I mean, come on, a sci fi stoner comedy with three comedy legends? Unfortunately, it's just nothing special and certainly doesn't belong alongside Peg, Frost, and director Edgar Wright's trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, or even the disappointing The World's End. Now, in and of itself, it's not terrible. It's the least lousy one on this list. But like these other burnouts, it confuses crude with humor. Crude humor can be funny and welcome, but it isn't automatic, and too much is lazy. There are throwaways such as, yo, F nuts, it's probing time. See what I mean? Now, I love Seth Rogen, and Paul is Seth Rogen in every aspect aside from the physical appearance. Paul is CGI. But with Seth Rogen being transcendent like he is, I couldn't get past imagining him delivering his lines into a microphone for the entire movie. Paul the alien just didn't exist as a character. Here's a thought: why not have him physically play the alien? This was a huge misstep, in my opinion. Watch or not? Not. Additional musings. I'll admit that the film's references to John Carpenter's Starman and Steven Spielberg's E.T. are fun and help. A little. And that's it. Those are our top 5 worst stoner comedies.